Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are joining from. I know many of us are joining from Nigeria. I will say good evening to you. Yes, I want to appreciate the organizer of this program, ably led by the digital librarian, Sylvester, and his wife. Thanks for inviting me to be part of this beautiful and interesting webinar. I was there yesterday and I really enjoyed every part of the presentation. First, I want to apologize that I'm sending recording to you today because presently, as this meeting will be going, I will be on transit making a journey. So please accept me. This is AI and we are doing this using technology to get connected to you. To move on from where, I will be speaking on ethical consideration of AI application in work and research. The previous presenters have really laid the foundation, more than foundation. They have really done a lot of building on AI. And the participant by now, I believe that you are masters in the use of AI, either for your work or for your research or for your studies. We've heard a lot. Professor Omaji spoke when he declared this open, the meeting about the importance of AI. We've had the issue of AI versus human, like overview from Better Christian. And another one, which is very, very interesting. I gained a lot from that. The issue of technicalities and working of AI. And the part that I also enjoyed the issue when the experts in the field, both in library science and also human resources, spoke. They had discussion about how they apply AI to their works. Dr. Mrs. Oneya, Mr. Patrick, and Mrs. Alice Omaji. I enjoyed that part. I was there throughout. Well, I will not forget to mention the convener himself really gave me a gift yesterday by showing us how we can use AI to do our PowerPoint without wasting time. I must confess, I used that application to do this PowerPoint. I appreciate you for telling us that. So you can see, you need to grab that book. I've paid for mine. I know there's a lot of things that we can learn from that book. Once again, I welcome you to my presentation. I'll be looking at ethical consideration of AI application in works and research. Thank you. My reflection at the end of yesterday webinar, the training we had yesterday, I came up with this quote: utilize AI as a supplement to your knowledge, not as a substitute for your brain. So I posted it on Twitter and I can see a lot of comments coming there. So what I'm saying is this: I'm not saying that I'm not using AI. I use AI. And I'm not saying that you should not use AI. What I'm preaching today, what I'm emphasizing on in this presentation is that use AI responsibly. Use it in a right way. And that is what this presentation will focus on. It is very, very important we should start from this note. Well, some people may believe that, oh, Nigeria, we don't have the policy on anything technology. No, I know some of you must have heard about National Information Technology Development Agency, NICTDA. NICTDA has a responsibility to regulate standards, to bring out standards, guidelines, and framework for IT sectors in Nigeria. And they play a very, very important role in development of National Artificial Intelligence Policy, NIPE. And they have this responsibility. And when they are doing this, they brought experts from academic, experts from the industry, within and outside Nigeria together. And they bring out policy that will guide the use of AI in Nigeria. So, as you know, Nigeria, they base this on their Act of 2007. NICDA is well positioned to shape the AI landscape in Nigeria by collaborating with stakeholders, as I mentioned earlier, industry experts, and the government. So NICDA will establish a policy framework that ensure responsible AI de development and also thereby fostering innovation, and address the ethical consideration. They've started, they've got to like a final stage. I was trying to do more research on that yesterday, but I couldn't get whether they have launched it or not. But it's a policy which I will be reviewing some of the content of that policy in this presentation today. Yes, I will start from looking at the significance of NIPE, which is significant of the National Artificial Intelligence Policy. The NIPE is a crucial step towards maximizing the benefits, mitigating potential risk, and also addressing the complexities associated with the integration of AI into our daily activities. We have learned a lot in these 2 days how we can use AI. But the fact is this, Nigeria and other parts of the world, they have policy guiding this. This policy is designed to provide clear direction on how Nigeria can capitalize on artificial intelligence, fostering its development, use, and adoption in a proactive manner. So, by establishing a comprehensive policy framework, NIPES aim to foster or to develop the potential of AI and transform Nigeria into a sustainable digital economy. That is the focus of this policy. You can see, don't just criticize Nigeria, we have things on ground as well. And this policy is well defined to support the use of AI in Nigeria. So let's move on and see how it goes. I think it is better we start from the objectives of NIPE. The NIPE is designed to achieve several objectives, and I will focus on 4 out of the objective right away. I will be looking at the strategic direction, benefit maximization, risk mitigation, and also facilitating digital transformation. So when we look at the issue of the strategic direction, NIPE will provide a clear roadmap for Nigeria's AI development, use, and adoption, align that with the broader digital economy agenda. You remember in the past administration of President Buhari, former President Buhari, the part we have a ministry called digital economy. You remember. So they are in charge how we can enhance, how we can maximize the use of digital economy to our betterment. So the first one is strategic direction, as I mentioned, and it is going to guide use, the adoption, and also how it can also align. The second one, which is the benefit maximization. Under this benefit maximization, it will identify and capitalize on the numerous benefits offered by AI technology across all sectors. I know the advantages. We've learned that in this meeting. If I'm here present, I will have asked you to tell me what are the numerous advantages of AI. A lot. It saves time, it saves me money, it saves a lot of things, and also it enhances what you know. So with this policy that is being developed or that is coming out, we make sure that it maximize this. All sectors such as education, such as health sector, agriculture, finance, and so on and so forth. And the third one is the issue of risk mitigation. How you can mitigate, how you can eliminate risk or reduce the risk. So the guideline that will be developed, we regulate, or it will make sure to mitigate potential risk. We know there's a risk. There's nothing that doesn't have disadvantages. As we know, they have advantages, they have disadvantages. So risk associated with AI, those risks, including the data piracy, issue with the cyber security concerns, and so on, as you know. So even the bias in the information, so it's part of the bias. It's part of the like a risk factor that are in the AI application. So this policy will make sure that all these are mitigated. Apart from this, the fourth one is the issue of facilitating digital transformation. We know actively facilities, yeah, facilities are very, very important when you are talking about AI. So actively, this policy will surely make Nigerian transition into sustainable digital economy by fostering AI-driven innovation, startups and entrepreneurship. That is what they're equipping many people, bringing trainees, getting equipment that people can work with and making it available, you know, at a very cheaper rate or even free. You can see some government officials, or yeah, they are trying to build hubs around. I know there's one in University of Ibadan that one politician built when he was campaigning to be the governor. Though they've concluded it, but they've not been using it because he lost. He lost anyway. But we have a lot of hubs, even in Lagos, hubs where young people are really working in developing apps, in developing applications that can solve a lot of problems. So these are the four major objectives that I can point out of many that I point that this AI policy will work on: strategic direction, benefit maximization, risk mitigation, and also facilitating digital transformation. The first consideration that comes to mind is the issue of plagiarism and academic integrity. I put them together. You know, um, it is easy in the digital world for people to do cut and paste, Control C and Control V, very easy. So AI tools can assist in generating content, as we know, very fast. But it is crucial to ensure that proper attribution is given to original source. Plagiarism detection, such like LinkedIn and others, and citation management tools, uh, they are tools that should be used to maintain academic integrity and avoid unethical practices. Especially among students, it's easy. Temptation is there for you just to look for something you've got everything just caught up. You don't even read through whether that information you've got is true or is right or wrong. I remember yesterday when the lecture was going and said that never trust AI. I had to search. I went to AI and searched who is the president of Nigeria. Is it telling, because I'm using free AI, is it telling me that the president of Nigeria is Muhammadu Buhari, which is wrong. So AI is not always true. And if you just be cutting and pasting everything, so it's not the best. So you must be able to see how you can assimilate, read, understand what you are reading, and you work and you write it in your own words and reference attributes, give rights, or yeah, give rights to the person that you have taken that materials from. The referencing is very, very important. So that is one consideration when you are using AI. Another one is the data piracy and security. As we know, artificial intelligence systems may require access to your personal data. Sure, not may. It will surely require access to your personal data, such as your date of birth, your card, your bank card number, a lot of things. They will get your home address. So it is essential to handle this data responsibly, following data protection regulation. And also, it is very important for you to, when you are given information, be very careful, be wary where you are dropping your information on. So you need to follow the data protection regulation, ensuring that the security of your information you are given, be sure that it's going to be safe. And also, if you are the one collecting somebody's information, you can't just give it out anyhow. So you should prevent unauthorized access or misuse of this information. Data privacy is very important, and the security. So we need to be very careful. Don't just say, oh, this is AI, let me just drop everything I want to AI and so on. It's dangerous because you don't know who can have access or who will have access to the information you are given. Another very salient factor or consideration is issue of bias and fairness. We know AI can be very, very susceptible to bias, present in the training of the data, which can result in unfair treatment or discrimination. For example, that some maybe they are biased towards people with colors, or some they are biased on women, and if you ask some questions, they can bring those bias there. So when utilizing AI tools, it is important to critically evaluate and address any biases that may arise, ensuring fairness and inclusivity in your writing, in your dealings, in your the kind of information you are getting. Because people, all those information you are seeing is not written by angel or by one robot somewhere. It's all of us that we are contributing to what is in AI. So if somebody is biased towards something, maybe a particular religion or a particular culture or a particular belief of some people, or the issue of gay and so on and so forth. So you may see that bias there. So as a result, you cannot really trust AI 100%. There will be a form of bias there, and also should be there. We should be there. We should work towards creating fairness to all people, irrespective of their background, of their sexual orientation, irrespective of their religion, and so on and so forth. Another very important point is the issue of transparency and explainability. AI-generated content should be transparent and clearly distinguished from human-authored content. Users should be aware when AI tools are utilized in writing process, and clear guidelines should be established regarding the appropriate use of AI-generated content. There are some countries now, in some schools, they have the policy that if you make use of AI, declare that, oh, there's some element of AI in this work. I consulted, just as referencing, they make sure that they say we should not use it. Don't say, they can't say you should not use it. How do they monitor that? But they make sure that you declare that. So fairness is very the issue of transparency and also explainability comes in here. More so, we should not say because of AI, we should forget the rigor of academics. So now we look at the academic standard and quality. It is very, very important. AI tools should not compromise the academic standard and quality of research and writing. That is the reason why even people in academic, each university, they need to define their own standard about the acceptance or otherwise of AI. So while AI can assist various tasks in terms of analysis, creating content, and so on, it is very, very essential to maintain the rigor and scholarly integrity of academic work. In all, we also need to look at the responsible use of ethical guidelines. So even the guidelines need to be used in the right way. Institutions and researchers should develop clear guidelines and policy for the use of AI in academic work, in academic writing, in everything you do. These guidelines should emphasize responsible AI use, outline ethical consideration, and provide recommendation for maintaining academic integrity, just to support the previous points that I raised. It is very crucial that continuous evaluation and improvement of the policy, of the guidelines, is important. The ethical use of AI in academic writing, in your day-to-day activities in your office, should involve continuous evaluation, monitoring, and also improvement of the AI system. Feedback from the users should be actively sought to identify and address any ethical concern or issues that may arise. You too, you have the right to raise issues that you see, maybe bias or issue of plagiarism or whatever that you see that has happened. You need to report it in one way or the other. So this is very important also, continuous evaluation and improvement. If we don't mention this before we close this presentation, we will not do full justice to the work. Collaboration and sharing of best practices. Collaboration among academic institutions, researchers, individual stakeholders, professionals is vital in sharing best practices. We need to discuss ethical challenges and collectively working towards uh, ethical aspects or ethical use of AI. You know, that is the reason why each different countries they have different experience in the use of AI. So if you go to meetings, conferences, workshop, you can share your ideas. Through that, we can learn from one another and improve the use of AI. Yeah, the issue of consideration, by considering these ethical considerations and implementing the recommended practices, organizations and researchers can have power or they can have um, a quality control of AI, and by so doing, they can mitigate the potential risk and ensuring that AI systems are developed and used in an ethical and responsible way. So there should be a lot of public awareness and education on the use of AI. So, like what we're having now, this master's class is part. Nigerian Library Association or your state chapter about a month ago did similar things like this, where Mr. Sylvester was a speaker, and also social impact awareness is important from time to time to know whether people are using the application or the AI tools in the right way or not. In conclusion, yes, Nigerian recognizes, and also not only Nigerian governments, or globally, everybody recognizes the important potential of AI in driving education, economic growth, and digital transformation. So the development of the National Artificial Intelligence Policy in Nigeria under the disguise or the guidance of the NIGDA signifies a significant step towards the realizing this potential. So, as a result, by leveraging AI in a responsible and inclusive manner, Nigeria, students, workers, everybody, here can unlock new opportunities, enhance productivity, and foster innovation across various sectors. So, with NIPE, National AI Policy, as a guiding framework, Nigeria is positioned to utilize the power of AI and establish itself as a front runner in the global digital education, digital economy. Thank you very much for listening. You may have question. You can drop your question on the forum. You can also send it via the organizers, and I'll be available to respond to you. Thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.